Welcome back to Eureka Farms for episode 11 with me, Mr. Sealy P. Well, it's 6:49 in the morning, another beautiful morning on Eureka Farms. I'm already smiling and I haven't actually done anything. Well, I say I haven't actually done anything. The money is up a long way because, as you've already seen on the two screenshots I think I posted, I have been busy, and when I say I've been busy, this is a conversation I had, was it last week, whenever it was I mentioned it, about taking a day off over the weekend. And in my head I'm still that, I took a day off because I didn't post a video. Well, I posted 2 videos Saturday, and then Sunday I watched the FSL stream with hosted by VF and Silver News, which was brilliant. For me personally, I think it was one of the best tournaments I've seen, commented on, watched. It was brilliant. The games were incredible. But while I was watching that on one screen, on my PlayStation, I was here on Eureka Farms working. I was doing contracts. Now, if you recall, I think I was on, what did I say, 14 contracts? Then I was a bit surprised, but then because I'd had to reset my game, didn't I, when Eureka Farms got updated. I'm now up to 31. So I did a few. And they're big fields. And even when you're using big equipment and possibly fast farming, depends whether you're leaving a worker to do it or not, it takes a long time. And it did. So, yeah, all good. Money's up. I've got a contract going on at the moment on... Oh, it's completed. Field 13. There we go. Field 13, fertilising, 51 grand. I did that quickly. I'll take that. Field... Oh, Field 4. Accept contracts, 91,000. So I'll get the worker over on that in a minute. Right, animals. Let's go over to check on our animals. The cows, beauty of having 500 at the moment, and I'm going to increase that. 71,000 litres of milk. That's since yesterday. This is my first night since getting them through. 36,000 litres of slurry, 48,000 litres of manure. All is looking good. They're over here. This people mocked my RYC1. Why would you mock it? I love it. It's great fun going up and down and clearing the trough. It needs to be done now, but it works perfectly. Just every now and again you come back, you have a check on it. Manure. Yes, that's in one day. I'm going to replace a couple of bits of equipment. I'm going to build a new building. I am going to stick in a new cow barn now. I'm going to move 100 cows out. The problem is I don't have the feed for them. What I'm thinking... I don't know if I want to do it. I really don't want to. I was going to buy a load of TMR, but no, that's ridiculous. Why would I do that? I can build the cow barn, but I just can't move anything until I can feed them, really. But anyway, as far as all that goes, some of the contracts you saw on the picture of what I've done already were harvest contracts. Any of the harvest contracts that provided straw, I did the dodgy with the loading wagon, drove around the periphery of the field. I'm now up to... Where's my straw gone? I've got 5,768,950 litres of straw available. That's good. I have got some silage available, and I need more. Definitely need more. And I've got no hay. So without hay, I can't make any total mixed ration, regardless of whether I pad it out with straw or not. So I need to work on that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it now, because if I don't, I'll spend the money on something else. I'll see a nice pair of shoes or something. Low note cow husbandry with manure pit. That's the one I want, isn't it? Yep. Oh, I thought it was 299. Oh, that's not so bad then. I thought it was going to be way worse. Let's put it about... Actually, I'm going to move it over to there. I know this eats into my grass a little bit. I said it would do. Do you know what? If I take it over as far as I can that way. Let's go like that, I think. Do I want to go like that? There, that'll do. Oh, I have covered my track a little bit. I'll do a bit of landscaping, that's not a problem. Bit of landscaping, I'll change a few things around. So, when I'm ready, when I've got some TMR done, I'm going to move 100 out of there, put them into there. That way these can start producing new livestock. New livestock will go into there. So this will be my constant one going, and then this one I'll top up as well. And we'll get as close to our 1,000 as we can, having both of those. Right, that's the first thing. Next on my list of things to do is, under loading wagons, the one I've got at the moment, the large capacity, is leased. Now again, if you're new to the channel, if you're new to this Let's Play, I want to reiterate, for those people that have been watching for ages and you're getting fed up with me saying, I just want to reiterate, I do apologise, but it does need to be reiterated every now and again. Mods like this, the let's try that again, shall we? Scooter marker Rapide 8400W large capacity wide pickup, 500,000 litres, is only available on this map. There are mods like this available on Blue Mountain Valley and Bucks County, which they're all maps by TNT. That's not a standalone mod. Any of the mods I'm using are listed in the description. If it's not listed in the description, one, I've either forgotten, well, hopefully not. Two, they're specific to this map. That might be why you can't find them. So I'm actually going to, I don't want standard, I want extension, because that makes it 500,000 litres. Leave it like that. Right, I'm buying that because I need one. The other thing I'm going to do is buy myself a skid steer loader. Do I want to go skid steer loader, or do I want to go with something else just in case I want to use it for something else? You know what? I'm going to go with an NMC wheel. How much is that? Oh, that's actually not so bad, is it? I'm going to go with a wheel loader. I'll see in a minute. I'm going to buy a wheel loader because I've got pallets to move now. My sugar pallets are starting to, say, build up. I think I'm onto my third. So I need something to be able to move things around. But I think getting a wheel loader then gives me more scope for doing other things later on if I want to do anything over at the bunker silos, the silage clamps, at the biogas plant. Because doesn't this have the bucket available? Was it under wheel loaders or was it telehandlers? That massive MISSYB bucket. Again, available on this map. Other maps are available. Oh, maybe it's a telehandler I want. Can't remember where I showed it and then completely forgot. Yeah, look. Bulk shovel, large capacity, 100,000 litre bucket. So it's a wheel loader I want. So what I'm going to do is buy that. And then let's come out of there and let's get ourselves a telehandler. I've used that. That's on 6 ashes. I've used a Scorpion before, recently, actually. I'm going to go with the Manitou MLT, I think. Yeah. Stick with that. Let's buy that. But what I also want for that... Sorry, Smock Farmer. I know how cross you get when I do this. But I just, they're my go-to bits of equipment. They just make life so much easier. The big bag handler is part of the CSZ pack. That's by DDModPassion. That is one of my go-to bits of equipment. I know to download the entire pack, just that seems a bit insane. Me personally, it's absolutely worth it. It's a must-have. So let's go and swap a couple of these bits around. I need to then move the whatchamacallit, fertiliser spreader. That first 250,000 litres of fertiliser that I bought, that cost me 20 grand, still haven't finished it, and I've done so many jobs. Grass has grown again, which means I can cut a load more grass if I need to, which is wonderful. Not even quite sure why I'm pulling this with me. I think just returned it, couldn't I? So I'll return that. And what I'm going to be doing is putting some poplars in the ground. A bit of a mad thing, because again on here all the seeders and planters will seed and plant everything, but not just that, they will also do potatoes, they will also do Poplars, it's absolutely mad. I mean, phenomenally cool, but a bit mad as well. I don't need that at the moment. Well, I'm going to need the lorry, but what I will do is move these pallets. The other thing I'm going to need to do is build a shelter or... Oh no, what am I talking about? I've got the great big barn. Well, that's a bit of a move to take everything and put it there. Maybe I need a flatbed trailer or something. Yeah, so a lot of people will ask me whenever I use this on mod reviews and that kind of stuff, you know, what is that thing you use on the front? I suppose, yeah, when I did the Farm Sim show with DJ and Clutch, and they said, what's the most commonly asked question? I reckon, yeah, one of them is, you know, how do I start my own channel? What advice have you got? The second is definitely, what is that grab you're using with the straps? And it's, yeah, it's the big bag handler from the CSZ pack. Without any shadow of a doubt, my most used bit of kit. Oh no, we're up to 3 full and a 4th. Excellent stuff. So what I'm going to do is, let's grab that. Can I get between that without knocking the other one? Just. Don't know why I did that. What I might do is just move them to one side, because I want to put a little barn down right next to this, because I'm going to be sticking another factory in. I want to do the laminate boards factory, and that should pick up both. Yeah. I don't like doing it that way round. Just to me, that always seems a little bit. I know it's not. You shouldn't be working that way anyway. But if I'm going to strap them like that, I prefer going right across the middle of 2. At least that way, it kind of feels like it's, you know, it's okay. I know it's not okay, but because it does it like that, that feels better. It's just, although they don't like that very much at all. Whoa. Okay, maybe the other way is the only way to go. Okay, so I'm going to move these, and then what I'm going to do is move my fertilising over to field 4, because that's going to pay out over 90 grand. Again, if you are new to the channel, new to what I'm doing, and I said about fertiliser, someone asked me the other day, what's the best fertiliser to use in-game? Which is an interesting one, and or what's the cheapest option? Now, if you've got cows and pigs, and they're producing slurry and manure, that is technically free. Although having the animals isn't free and can be a lot of work and requires a lot of feed and all that kind of thing. So there is the argument that, you know, when people say, well, slurry manure is free, technically it's not, because, you know, it does require a lot. I don't know where I'm even taking these. Should I put them in the barn? It's a long way to go, but you know what, I'm going to put them to one side. I do need to build a shelter. I need something here in the yard just to put them in. I was supposed to be putting my vehicles over in that big barn. I'm not doing it. So yeah, technically that is free if you've got your cows and pigs already. If you're getting cows and pigs to get free manure and slurry, it's a lot of money and then stuff that they need to get that free. Although you are going to get milk, you are going to get more pigs, you are going to get more cows. For me, liquid fertiliser is expensive to buy, but it does go quite a long way. I use the solid fertiliser quite a lot. And I will say this again, this is not part of the TNT maps, this is a standalone mod. This is the silo, oh blimey, my mind has completely blanked. The multi-silo shop by CNS-Modding Annmarie. It is the cheapest lime, fertiliser, what's that thing, and seed buyable point there is in game. That's it. And it's cheap to buy, cheap to place, and like I said, I filled up 250,000 litres of solid fertiliser into one of the modded fertiliser spreaders here on TNT for 20 grand. 250,000 litres. I just haven't used it all up. I think I'm still on 140,000 litres. And seeding. You know, when I was putting sugarcane in the ground, it didn't matter that I had to come backwards and forwards a few times, and people said, oh, it's costing a fortune to do seeding jobs or sowing jobs, don't pay out enough. They pay out an absolute ton if you're not paying a lot for your seed. And if you buy your seed from here, you're going to make the most money you possibly can from the contract. So the whole point about this series was Go Ham Industries R&D. It's about looking at all the options available, trying to find out the best ways of doing things, the cheapest ways of doing things, the fastest ways of doing things. Some of it people think is cheating and it's not right and it's not fair. And that's fine. You don't have to watch the series. You don't have to like it. That's entirely up to you. This is not a cheat mod. This is available to buy. If you can get cheap seed fertiliser and lime, why wouldn't you? So, yeah, that will be my advice. If you're looking for an option, that's the way to go. Right. Oh yeah, move the fertiliser, and then we're going to go on to poplars, because I'm really curious to see what it's going to look like putting poplars in the ground from a seeder. See you in a little while. The fertiliser spreader has been moved. I did say that the point about me building up my money as well was going to be that I was going to start replacing vehicles that I had leased. This, oh blimey, I forgot to put that. I was supposed to sell that. That was from one of my harvest contracts. I completely forgot. The trailer next to it, that one there, is again modded here on the map by TNT. That holds 1 million litres, but that one lifts, it tips. This one is a push trailer, and it's great for going into the animal buildings and that kind of stuff, the barns, because it's a push one. This is also here on this map by TNT, 500,000 litres. This one is leased. I've just bought one. It's only 56 grand. So only 56 grand. So I've bought one. So this will be replaced. Oh man, I hope the oat price is still good, because it was brilliant last night. I completely forgot I had it. Yeah, feed supply 910. Throats. Oh no, warehouse 987 and climbing. That's out to the west, yeah. Okay, well actually, you know what, that's actually worked out better, because it was only 910 before, so that's a better price. Let's do landscaping. While I'm heading out to do this, I'm glad I went to change that, because I haven't just sat there for ages. I completely forgot. I want to say massive, I cannot emphasise enough how grateful I am. Thank you to Peter and James and Stephen, Joseph and Yazzafox for your generosity and kindness. Thank you so much. Again, you know why, and I honestly really do appreciate it, so thank you. Very much appreciated. Let's go and get rid of this. Bit of extra money in the old skyrocket, isn't it? Not too bad. Right, let's go around. I have a plan to do something in one of the episodes. We already looked at the kind of trick for getting hay without making hay. I mean, you do have to make a bit of hay to start off with, but then you can use grass. Somebody, oh, that was it. Someone asked about, does that work with silage as well? So using the loading wagon, the 5% rule. If you've got 5% of hay in your loading wagon, and you go and pick up grass, the trailer automatically, oh that will do, thank you very much, the loading wagon then registers the grass as hay, and then you don't have to actually ted any more hay. And all the people that suggested you just need to keep then a load of hay in one of your silos, and then every time you do that you then put some back into your silo, so then you actually don't have to ted after that, is absolutely a fantastic idea. And people asked the question, does it work with silage as well? So if you put a load of hay or grass into your loading wagon, no, sorry, silage. If you put 5% of silage into your loading wagon, then drove across, where you've cut grass, will it automatically just fill it up with silage? Thank you to everyone who went away and tested that. And that's another great thing about doing this series, is whenever I do test videos and stuff like that, and people say, I'm going to go away and I'm going to test that, or I'm going to go away and try something else, or if it's giving people that kind of little bit of nudge, a little bit of a kind of, you know what, I think I might go and do what, that's absolutely fantastic. That's just brilliant. That's what this is about. It's about kind of getting the creative juices flowing, and people stopping and thinking, I wonder if, let's go and have a, let's go and find out. So loads of people tried it out and it doesn't work. The thing with doing the hay and straw trick is that hay and grass, is that the hay is the next step forward from grass because it's just been tedded or dried or whichever way around. Silage is a completely different beast. I know it has been fermented and it can just come from grass or chaff, but it doesn't work. I don't know where I'm going with this. Not what I'm saying, I mean the trailer. So yeah, again, thank you to everyone that went away and tested it and tried it out and commented and said, it does, it doesn't, It's funny how most people said, absolutely doesn't. There's always, you always get someone who will say, oh yeah, it was fine, I managed to get it to work. Really? That's interesting. So, let's take this back. I do have 2 of the cultivators now because I had that issue that I got one. I think I've put it in the description now. The Field Creator Pack that changes cultivators, giving them the ability to create fields and give to plough, is by Holger Sengstock. And I've put that in the description now. I forgot to do it the other day and I apologise. So I've got one that does ploughing with the Field Creator Pack, and I've got one standard that I can use for cultivating, and I can set a worker off on. But both of those are leased. So that's the next step forward, is going to be wanting to swap out the cultivators. What else is it I've got that's leased? No, that one. Garage. Well, that's got to be returned. So we can return that. Alright, so I've got the 2 headers, 2 cultivators. Oh, the milk liquid transport. I think that's only 40 grand. You know what? Let's just go the whole hog. It's a bit of a spending spree today, isn't it? Doesn't bother me. I'm more than happy. Let's get a new one of those because I did release it initially. This is part of the MISSYB. What is it? The liquid silo by MISSYB and Foo Farmer. So if you get that liquid silo pack, you get these, and the MTU 60 holds 60,000 litres of all those things. It says down the bottom. That's a mod available in the regular Modhub, and that's in the description. Rim colour I'm going to leave the same. Main colour I think I might go stainless steel. Yep. Lizards, Trelleborg, Michelin. Let's go Trelleborg. Standard or wides? We'll go wides because just why not? 42,000. Fantastic. That has got water in that one at the moment, but that said, I've got my standpipe, so it's free water anyway. So return that. We're getting there. We're getting there at replacing our stuff. That's where we want to be at. So planting time, seeding time. We're going to be poplar seeding rather than poplar planting. We're not using the regular Damcon. We're not getting poplar pallets. This is going to be the bizarrest thing. I say the bizarrest thing I've ever done. Let's be honest. Everything I do on here is bizarre. Oh, right. So this will give you some indication. I need to get some in here. I might need to put some in here as well. Not quite sure what we're looking at field-wise. Yeah, 19,000 of soybean. Now I've got my side panel, my Logitech heavy equipment bundle side panel, plugged into my PlayStation. So if I press 9, I can scroll through all my available options for planting. And as you can see, corn, sunflower, potatoes, sugar beet, cotton, sugar cane, poplars. I honestly can't get my head around it. What I'm going to need to do is let's put a bit in this. Now this is one thing with this lorry, the Roadrunner Plus by Mantrid. For some reason, if the wheels turn sideways on this seeder, it doesn't like them pulling it forward. It's like they get stuck. Right, let's back up. Hook up. There we go. Just give it a bit of a shove and then we should be right to move forward again. Yeah, it's weird. They twist at an angle and it doesn't like to pull it from them. So what we'll do is switch the back one. Let's open that up. Been loving watching Mike Mitchell because they run these Borgo drills. I said it was a 68 and an 80, 60 or 64 and 80, an 84 and a 68 drills, foot drills I think they use. And filling these things up is mad. So if I can get that lined up just right, under that, I can't go back far enough. We should be just about under the spout now on the CNS. So see how much this costs to fill it up. It'll be honestly next to nothing. You'll be amazed. $285. What did I put in there? 7,000 litres of seed for $285. That's available in the Modhub now, and at other good retailers. Let's close that and that. So that actually puts that away. And then what I will do is switch to that, swing around and fill this up. Then we'll be up at about 27,000 litres. I'm assuming for poplars, I don't know actually, because often a poplar pallet goes a lot further than you think it's going to. The same with the sugarcane, not so much. 2,000 litres for 98. That thing is an absolute gem. It is the best thing since... Why? That's one of those weird phrases, isn't it? Why does everyone say that? The best thing since sliced bread. Like sliced bread is the best thing that ever happened in the world. What, because people just couldn't be bothered to slice bread themselves? It's like, I actually prefer an uncut loaf personally. This is for the Womble ways. I just prefer an uncut loaf because it's a bit more artisan. Right, let's do this again. I don't know why it keeps doing this. It's annoying me now. There we go. Righty-ho. So, field 7, we are putting poplars in. Field 3, which is just above it, which is much bigger, I'm putting corn in. That's going to be for a massive silage harvest. Well, not a maize harvest, we're going to silage it. That will go to the bunker silo. When we do that one, I'm going to do a massive harvest on that, and I'm also then going to do a massive grass harvest at the same time, all for forage, and we're going to stick a load in one of the bunker silos. We may sell some of it. I do need to buy some more land as well, don't I? Should we buy some more land while we're at it? I'm going absolutely bonkers today, aren't I? What have we got? What's in the ground growing? We've got wheat, we've got sunflowers. I think I'm going to go for field 9. That's growing at the moment, not ready to go yet. I'm just thinking because I'll be able to use the grass as well, either end of it, and more of the strip in the middle. I could probably afford to do both, couldn't I? Because I've got another contract coming in. What are they? 241. Yeah, why not? What's the worst that can happen? Means I get to harvest that sunflower, repurpose that. Oh man, it's all going off. Right, let's open this up. I am going to get the poplars done. I promise. We're going to get it done. We're doing it now. Now this should be one of those kind of like all the other weird and zany things I've done, where I've been giggling like a child. This should be another one of those moments. That kind of whoa. If you're just tuning in now, and I don't know why you'd be tuning in halfway through the video. Or you've had it on mute till now or something, I don't know. Or you're suddenly stopping going, what is he doing? I'll show you again in here, and I didn't hold, but this is the whole point. Before everyone starts getting cross again. It's the R&D stuff. The whole point is R&D. If we go and have a look here on this map by DDModPassion at our seeders, we scroll across. The seeders, as I've just shown you, do everything, including potatoes and sugarcane and poplars. They do everything because he's done it in the files, setting it all up. And the planters are exactly the same. These aren't available as standalone mods. On this map, these are available. It's bonkers and brilliant all at the same time. So let's turn that on. And then as if that isn't bonkers and brilliant enough, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen now. Let's drop that down. Okay. And these grow. If you've done poplars before and used the poplar planter, it does poplars in rows. But what's weird is poplars are normally... You normally get the little stalks, like the stems, straight away. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with this. And because it normally does it in rows, you have gaps between the rows. And what you can do is come back and you can fill in those gaps. Well, apparently you don't get gaps when you do it like this. If you're using a seeder or a planter like this to do poplars on this map, you just get a thick, matte forest of poplars. Now the reason for me doing this is I want to do laminate boards. I wanted the laminate boards factory, so I needed wood chips. I could have done logging, of course I could have. But again, where's the fun in that? Let's use one of the bits of this equipment to do something a bit different that hasn't been done. Well, I haven't done before. Say it hasn't been done before. I haven't done before. And when we come to do this, it's going to be brilliant. Now, fast farming. Again, I'm going to show this. If I drop this down, I'm ready to go. If I double click X now, L1, double click X. It kind of lifts it, but doesn't lift it. Tricks it into thinking it's not on the ground, which means I can now go way beyond what the seed is supposed to be able to do before actually planting. So now we are putting poplars in the ground at 24 miles an hour, 25, 26, 27, 28. So not only are we seeding at a massive width using the Borgo Paralink hoe drill, we are doing it at a ridiculous speed. And again, if you've been watching this channel for a while, and if you've been doing this already yourself, if you've been doing fast farming because you've been watching DJ for a long time, or then you'll be like, yeah, we know this. Not everybody does. There are people that are new to the game, new to the channel, have never done fast farming, have never heard of it. It's not something I generally do. But it is possible. Now the fast farming that I'm doing now only works with in-game, base game stuff. Generally speaking, modded seeders and things don't like it. And that's not to say not all of them do, but then not all of the base game seeders and planters do it. Most do, and you can do fast farming with all sorts of different bits of equipment. And you know, if I just line it up without hitting the vehicle on the road, that'd be great. Is it going to go past? Nope. Let's drop that down again. So again, once it's dropped down, double click X, kind of lifts it, kind of doesn't. Away we go. Yeah, I must admit, I was honestly thinking it was going to be, you'd have a thick mat of the little stalks you get with poplars, but that's not the case. So that's a bit of an anticlimax. That's me be going on about, I can't wait, I'm so excited about putting them in the ground. Most people watching are probably going, why? Because I didn't think it would go into the ground like this. What's going to be the exciting bit is seeing what it looks like when you get the first growth through. What I do like about the seeders, which we don't always get, I think you do on precision farming, don't you? It's the section control concept. That if you've already seeded an area, when you go over that area again, if you've left your seeder on, it doesn't reseed it. It just doesn't use any seed when you go over it. So it's kind of like section control on your seeders and that kind of thing, which is nice. I'm pretty sure precision farming does that with fertilising and stuff as well. I've never understood why in game it does it with seeding but doesn't do it with fertilising. And well, that's any of the fertilisers really, liquid, solid, any of them. As you see at the moment, it's not going down. Still got my seeder on, it's still running, and as soon as I get into a bit I haven't seeded, off we go again. This should be done in no time. Once this is done, we will then drop off onto the other field there. We'll get corn in the ground. That can crack on with growing. I'm pleased I've swapped out a load of my stuff. I think that it's going to be a case of grabbing the mower again. Oh, that's what I was going to buy, wasn't I? I haven't got enough money now. Oh, yeah, that's true. I was going to pay off the loan as well. I took out extra money, didn't I, to get the cows. You know what I'll do when I finish this? I'm going to pay off a chunk of it. I'll pay off 100,000. Let's get it done. Now, the thing about this as well, it is the R&D stuff, and it is about having a play around with all the bonker stuff. But in essence, it's a let's play like any other. I am building the farm up. I'm gradually getting new equipment. I'm getting new buildings. I am, you know, that is part and parcel. It's not like a standard, one of my standard let's plays how I normally do stuff. But it is still growing a farm. You're still building it up, regardless of whether I'm using the Zania more, you know, crazy equipment. The farm is still growing, as is my equipment list. Don't think I've ever put poplars in the ground so quickly, en masse. Oh, now I want to speed up time just to see what happens. Right. So, turn it off, lift it up. Let's switch over to corn. There we go. Let's go into here. There you go. So, we now have all that. Did I go over that corner by accident or something? Okay. Never mind. What was I going to do? Pay off 100,000. Let's repay. Oh, I've lost track. Maybe I've done a little bit more. Doesn't matter. Like I say, we can get 90 grand off that contract. And if we go in and look at contracts available, no, that was that page there. We've got fertiliser in field 6 for 50 grand. Fertiliser in field 1 for 32. Looks like all the harvest ones have dropped off. There's a cultivating one there. Harvesting field 11 will pay out 15 grand. There'll be a little bit of crop left over on that. So there's, you know, I can keep rolling over and getting workers going. So this is not going to seed over again. I need to cultivate it, don't I? Oh, how did I do that? I'm sure I didn't go that bit. Okay. So on, down, double click X. Let's get corn in the ground. There you go. See our fertiliser cracking on, earning me money while I'm doing other things. Turn that off. Okay, I'm going to get this done and I'll see you in a bit. And what I think I'll probably do is, what was I going to do? I was going to start mowing, but I think what I might do is harvest one of my new fields. We'll get that sunflower out of the ground. Bit of everything. I've been trying to make sure that in each of the episodes I've done, I'm doing something, showing off bits of the equipment and doing things I haven't done before, or, you know. And I suppose you're going to get to that point, like in this episode, where I'm using and buying some of the larger capacity equipment, including the bucket, the MISSYB bucket, 100,000 litres. I'm also planting something I haven't planted before, but then fast farming. I'm going to drop off once this is done, and I'll be using the harvester and be able to do some speed harvesting using the harvester height control mod. So it's kind of a big chunk of everything. Drop it. Did that drop down? Not. There we go. Double click. There we go. Still on corn. I always check to make sure I haven't accidentally pressed a button and changed my seed. I've done that a couple of times, not on this map, but I've been doing planting seeding on maps, and I've got halfway through doing something and realised that part way through somehow I've switched crop type. So half the field is one crop and half the field is something else when it wasn't supposed to be. It happens, so it doesn't hurt when you do, if you're doing a turn or something like this. Every now and again, just have a quick glance down to the right, just to make sure you're still on the crop you thought you were. MISSYB's top tip. Only for an idiot like me and you make a mistake like that. If you're not, you know, if you're one of those perfect people that play the game and never make a single mistake, then you won't have to worry. Okay, let's grab the harvester. So, harvester, part of this map. It is part of the standard game, but this one has been adjusted, 500,000 litre capacity. I'm going to grab one of the corn headers, but the corn header is using the harvester, the height control mod, tool height control for harvester, which means I'll be able to harvest quicker. What we have also got now is field 4 is done. Collect on that. I will accept contract on field 6. So I'll move that over and get him cracking on there. Covers the cost of some of the bits. I've got a worker finishing off the corn on field 3. All seems to, I don't know, is it just me? In my head it's all been a bit of a whirlwind today. I've got a load done though. Replaced bits of machinery and equipment, talked about a whole load of stuff, moved the pallets, bought a couple of fields, poplars in the ground, corn in the ground, fertilising contract done. Yeah, wow. Madness. Oh yeah, I need to do some landscaping, don't I? Because now I've got a road that goes in the wrong place. I suppose we can get rid of it completely. Yeah, let's get rid of it completely. Blimey. Now once I'm done with this field, I'm going to grass it. I've got a field next to it I can put crops in. I've got poplars growing, I've got corn growing. I suppose I could do more corn, but grass can do all the same things. I'm going to grass it. Abso-flogging-lutely. Right. So, turn it on, drop it down. Now, the tool height control for harvesters, workers don't like it very much, but you can go like this. Whoosh. Stamp your foot down on the whoosh pedal and off you go. Now there has been some comment raised about the fact that if you do use this mod and you do use these particular headers, which are then available in the store menu, and next to them it says tool height control for harvester, you lose yield in as much as you don't, because it's going too fast, you don't get as much in it, it doesn't work as well. One thing you will also find is that they will wear down a lot quicker. If you leave it on a worker running at normal speed, it will. I can get through an entire harvest on and it'll be absolutely fine. As soon as you put one of these headers on and you start honking through the fields like this, you are putting excessive wear and tear on your headers. And I have found I've had to repair the headers a lot more often. And that's the trade-off. You're getting faster harvesting. Which, again, I said this when I did the Farm Sim show on Friday. You kind of get to that point, you take it for granted. When I was doing the mod review the other day and that new Brent Avalanche trailer had come out, the massive 88,000 litre one. When I first went into the Modhub, I looked at it and thought, oh, okay, it's not as big as I thought it was going to be. So, what? It's because I'm on this at the moment, and because all the stuff is large capacity and all a bit bonkers, my mind was thinking, that's not that big, 88,000 litres, that's ridiculous. But of course it's not, that's huge. So, I just know this will all be out of my system. When this series finishes on EUREKA, I won't ever do another series like this. No, I'm not going to say that, because then if I ever do, people say, you promised. I'm not promising anything, but I'm not going to do for a while. I just need to get this out of my system. 6 Ashes is continuing. I'm going to try and get on that later on once this is done and edited. So I've got some more work to do on that. And as part of 6 Ashes, I am going to be heading off somewhere else to do some work for the Environment Agency, or in conjunction with the Environment Agency, doing soil sampling in another country. And that should be the start of my new Let's Play. When that's coming, again, it all depends on time available Because as you can imagine, like I said earlier, when you're doing stuff like this, all the contracts I did to get the money up on this map, it took hours now. You know, I think I must have done 12, 13, 14, I think a lot of contracts on big fields. It takes time. So unfortunately, the time in between an episode, people don't always kind of... Everyone plays the game, everyone understands, but it's that thing of, oh, it's been 2 days since you did the 6 ashes. But if in between on that 6 ashes I've had to do, you know, when I was doing the slurry spreading or digestate spreading, and I was tanking backwards and forwards doing the digestate in all the fields, off camera, that took me about 2.5 hours. You put that into perspective of a normal work day, 2.5 hours of your work day, that's a big chunk of it, just doing that. And you don't actually see that. There's nothing kind of, I say, productive about it. That's behind the scenes. You do the next episode and you just say, oh, I did these fields, and people are like, oh, okay. But that has taken a time, you know. So I'm not, again, not complaining, just explaining. Thank you, Zachary Fowler. I have appropriated that saying. I absolutely love it. So with this, on my new field, on field 8, getting the sunflower done, this will then be taken off and sold, and I will repurpose this. It may need... What's it going to need? Let's have a look. I'm going to go off course here, aren't I? What's happening? That's not the field I'm on. Soil composition. It's going to need lime. Oh, just lime. It's not going to be ploughing. That's good. Oops. No, I didn't mean to put a worker on. Press the wrong button. Turn it back on again. There we go. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. The bonkersness, and it's just for fun. Please, people, don't get bent out of shape over it. It's just supposed to be for fun. If you have, and again, even if you haven't, give us a like. It really does help the channel. It helps it on the algorithm and all the rest of the stuff. You know, it really, I can't overestimate, or, you know, how important it is that people hit the like button. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.